Hi, my name is Wale Mosuro. Well, it feels very good. It was a very long season actually. So many ups and downs, and you get to crash out every now and then because of your results. But it feels great to come out top at the end. I think it was around game week 30. The two other closest managers to me had, one flaw or the other. So one had a wild card left, the other one had just his bench boost left. So seeing all of that, I knew, okay, it looks like I'm going to win this thing. I think it's a mix of everything. There was a point during the season when Cole Palmer wasn't performing, and a lot of people already dropped him. So I made a bold move to bring it in and captain him as well that game week. He returned 20 points, was captain point, 40 points. So that got me a couple of points ahead and edge against the other managers. I think one mistake is making it look like you need to make a lot of mistakes during the season. So I had a couple of occasions where my highest scoring players were on the bench. I think there was a game week I had Van Ven on the bench. He came back with 21 points. So imagine how that feels. And there was another game week where my total points on the bench was way more than the points I had on the pitch. So I think I'll count that as some of the mistakes I made. MVP. So a couple of players came through for me during the season, but I think two players, Keller and Mukiele. So I already recognized Keller from the beginning of the season as one of the players that could give me a huge number of points. For the price point, it was really close in points to Raya, who came out on top as highest points for goalkeepers. Then in defense, shout out to my boy Trick. He recognized Mukiele really early on, and since then, he just started giving us the points. And yeah, for my disappointment, it's mostly Igor Thiago. That guy, very funny guy, man. On the day you have him, he gets def cons instead of goals, and after getting you def cons, he goes ahead and gets a yellow card again. On the day you don't have him, he pops a hat-trick randomly, and you're just wondering, where's this guy? So yeah. For that, I think it's also a mix of both, but there's still one missing. I think you need to have like a knowledge of the game as well, because if you rely on just the data, you might be missing some underlying strong players. And if you just trust your instincts, you can just end up in a ditch. So I think it's a mix of all of these things. It's quite a difficult one. For me, I think it's more about decision making. There are certain times in the season where you have to make quick decisions, and if you don't make them and you don't take advantage of the points that come in around that period, you probably just miss the chance to climb the table at different points in the season. So yeah, that's that. Well, to me as an individual, I think it just shows that I got this. I've been playing FPL for a number of seasons now, and I've been, winning on a couple of occasions and not on a couple of occasions too. But I think for last season, I really locked in because I had a number of leagues that I really needed to win. Some were just for bragging rights, but for this one, I had a couple of people that were just in and around, for me, bad guy, so to say. But it just felt really good, like getting the better of them. You have to give the ops more information. Well, I think anybody that is looking to win needs to be able to, make the decisions like I mentioned earlier very quickly and, at the right time as well. You need to be able to check the game weeks ahead, check for potential players that could return the points and make decisions to bring them in at the right time. I don't want to seem too cocky, but I think I'll be right there at the end of the season again.
We shall see.